Welcome, everybody, to the Sports F.A.M. podcast. We are back with our 5th episode.
Wow,
that's amazing.
It's kind of crazy.
that is wild.
We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to kind of review our thoughts. We all watched a bit of the Drive to Survive Formula One series that is on Netflix.
Yep.
So that'll be exciting. I went to a hockey game, a Cyclones game.
I'm jealous.
On Sunday, so we'll get to talk about a little bit about that.
Nice, that's good.
We kind of have a this or that.
Ooh,
I think that's what I'm going to call it, a this or that. It's a little bit different, but it's a basketball edition, so that's exciting.
Okay, that'll be good.
And then we have a secret segment.
Whoa, secret to us. Like Grant and I have no idea what this is.
I don't even know what it is.
Wow,
No, I'm just kidding.
okay,
I know.
that's funny.
We're just going to make something up.
I know what it is. Yeah.
It's like, all right, secret segment. What do you guys want to talk about?
Just like crickets.
I don't know.
That's right.
I don't know.
right.
It's just the secret segment is just me being lazy and not wanting to come up with anything.
Our secret segment is we get to play the surprise game.
What?
Huh?
I don't
Surprise!
know. Surprise!
All right.
Nobody knows what it is.
Okay, woo. Okay, so getting into it. So
Yes.
we all watched Drive to Survive.
We did.
We did.
Let's start with Dad.
Oh,
what
okay.
season did you watch? How many episodes did you watch? And then your overall thoughts.
Okay. Well, a couple years ago, I think I actually watched the first season. But this just recently, since our last podcast episode of the Sports F.A.M. podcast. What? I watched some of season 4 and a few episodes or a couple episodes season 4. You know what really helped talking with Joseph. Shout out to Joseph from our last episode.
Absolutely.
And if you haven't seen our last episode with Joseph, go check it out. It was amazing.
It was
YouTube,
talked about so much.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find podcasts near you, look up the Sports F.A.M. podcast. Subscribe, and that'd be awesome.
Share, like.
So talking to Joseph last episode was really helpful, honestly, just about learning more about Formula One and so even talking about the different teams and how they're set up. So I watched season 4 this last time it helped having more knowledge about it. And so in watching it, I came away like doing some research even on the Williams team.
Yeah.
And their new driver, Carlos Sainz.
Yep.
And so anyway, learning a little bit
Heinz
about
ketchup.
Yeah, Sainz. That's
Sainz
good.
ketchup.
That's good. It's a good relationship.
So
So
you got to catch up to him on the
That was
nice.
really good.
Good job, G.
That's the first good joke you've had
Maybe
ever.
So
No. I'm just kidding. It's the second.
So anyway, so in watching that, I would say after watching a couple more episodes and having now a team
Oh, you have a team?
and a driver. Yeah, I think I'm all in on Williams.
Okay.
I really do think I'm
Sweet.
all in on Williams and Carlos Sainz as the driver.
So that's who your fave driver is, Carlos Sainz?
Yeah, I think so. Because in talking to Joseph, like we asked the question of all the teams, which one is probably most like the Browns? Right, and that was like Haas, the Wizard of Haas.
Yeah.
But to Grant's point, he said, "Dad, you have an opportunity to not pick, or do you have an opportunity to pick a team that
has a future.
That has a future, and so
It isn't a factory of sadness.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I took Grant's wisdom as well, but I didn't want to go like pick the favorite and the best
yeah.
or all
Red Bull.
that right now. So I wanted a team that I felt like, hey, they're maybe on the rise, and it would be really amazing if they actually continue to become top 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm all in on Williams, and Carlos
Sweet.
Sainz is my driver, and so because of that, I would say I'm a lot more invested in watching or following Formula One than I've ever been.
Yeah, that's good. Did you watch the Williams episode? There was a whole episode
Ooh, I don't
dedicated
know.
to Williams
Probably
in
I
season
didn't-
4.
Really?
I highly recommend it because I
Okay.
think it would make... I think it makes Williams, I would say, even more enticing of a team.
Okay. Do you know how far down in the?
It might be episode 4.
Okay, I stopped at
Episode
like
5.
3 or whatever.
Yeah, I think the episode's
So-
called A Point to Prove.
Okay, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm excited actually.
cool.
To kind of follow because
Yeah.
it's starting here. What in a week? I think you said March 16th or something, or a couple weeks.
They showed off their drivers pretty recently.
Yeah, I
They
saw
all
that,
announced
yep.
that, and that was really cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at with
Awesome.
Formula One. So I am. Now, does that mean I'm going to watch every race or whatever? No, but I will probably keep track of where they're at in the standings and different things like that. So, and if it's on and there's nothing else on, because we talked about what do we do during the season when there's no football on, I would watch a Formula One race.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's kind of my take.
Grant?
Cool. Yeah, so I only watched a couple episodes, but I did watch a couple episodes of season 3. So I actually started season 3, and I think the thing that's kind of interesting with season 3 is I just watched the first 2 episodes, and it takes place right when COVID hits, and it's kind of interesting because it starts in February, and it's kind of weird. It kind of gives zombie apocalypse vibes in the sense of like the drama they put behind it, and obviously COVID wasn't a zombie apocalypse strain, but I do want to be respectful for those who might have had dealt with severe COVID symptoms or had loved ones that dealt with it severely. Like it was very dangerous for some people. And so, but it's the way it was like a lot of drama, and they hadn't even raced yet. Just because they're like, did you guys hear about this whole Corona thing? And they're like, haha. And then they're gearing up for the race, and they're showing off the cars. And then it's like, man, did you hear this one guy on this one team got COVID? Like, what? And it's like whispering, like it's slowly spreading. And then they're like, okay, well, 4 days before the race, it's like, we'll take precautions, but I think we're still going to have it. And days before the race, they're like, we have to cancel the event. 4 people from this team tested positive, and we gotta shut it down. And so that was kind of interesting, just from the non-racing aspect of it. It's kind of cool to watch it during COVID, and even just from the stance of this is probably what a lot of sports went through.
Yeah, for sure.
Because didn't the NBA shut down as well during that time? And
thank you, Rudy Gobert. Well, that wasn't entirely his fault, but it's funny to.
It's really the bat's
put the
fault
blame.
That started.
It is funny to put the blame on just one guy, and the one guy is Rudy Gobert, as if he didn't need anything else for people to not like him.
Poor Rudy.
But anyways, it was cool to watch it from that aspect.
Rudy.
I don't think I can select a team or a racer yet because Joseph specifically told me not to pick Red Bull, and unfortunately, that's what I'm leaning towards. But not because of Max Verstappen, because of the other Alex. I forget what his name is.
I want the guy from Mexico.
I think so. Let me double check. I want to pull it up to be sure. But they were taking it from the stance of he had done well in a lot of races, but he's never podiumed before. And the last, it picks up with the last time he was close. He was right about to, and Alex Hamilton from Mercedes hit him.
You mean Lewis Hamilton?
Alex Hamilton. Oh my gosh, Lewis Hamilton.
Alexander
my
Hamilton.
Bad.
Alexander. He does kind of look.
Anyway.
So
Lewis,
he looks like
what's the guy's
Manuel
name?
Miranda.
Yeah, that guy is the coolest name ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, go ahead.
Things.
So I want to make sure.
Miranda Moella. Under my
it was sorry, Alex Albon.
That's not who
Alex
I'm
Albon.
Take me away.
I liked this guy. I couldn't help but pull for this guy because he had never podiumed before, right? And so, and then they get into the second race, and he's doing really well. And he might podium again, and the same exact thing happens, and Lewis Hamilton hits him, and he spins out and misses the podium.
Oh,
I was so sad.
Louis.
I felt so bad for him, but then I'm remembering what Joseph said, and I'm like, aren't they the chiefs of this? Shouldn't I not want them to do well? And so that's why I'm I want to watch more.
That's fair. That's fair.
I did kind of they did get into McLaren a little bit, and Lando Norris.
Yeah. Lando Calrissian.
The race I just watched.
They had Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
They had him.
Before,
yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he transferred
the race that I just watched,
Ferrari.
Lando Norris actually did get to podium.
Oh yeah.
Because of that. So because of the hit that Lewis Hamilton had on
intentional
Alex Albon. Well, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it cost him a 5-second penalty.
Yeah.
So he dropped out. Lewis Hamilton did. Obviously, Alex Albon did. Well, that allowed Lando Norris an opportunity to move up, and so because of that, because all that stuff happened, he actually was able to podium. And I don't know if it was his first time ever doing it, but it was
a big deal.
It was a big deal for him and for McLaren. So it was kind of cool. So I want to like McLaren the most. I think part of me wants to root for them.
Yeah.
But then there's also the part of me is I can't help but want just that Alex Albon to get his once.
Yeah.
Especially the way that he's lost it to like be because he got hit twice and that's how he lost his 2 podium chances. That kind of is hard to watch. So
could you? Okay, so to that point, I wonder, can you like a driver and also like a team that's your driver, like your favorite driver isn't part of that team?
Yeah, why not?
I think
I mean,
so.
I know you can.
That's what I was gonna say. Which I'll wait until you're done to get into it. But
well, yeah.
So you haven't decided yet.
I'm going to stay undecided because I don't want to be like, I'm committing to this guy, especially because this is only season 3. I don't know if any of these guys are still in the.
Yeah, I think most of them are. Joseph said last episode, right, that Daniel
Ricciardo,
he's
out.
Yeah, I think he might be the only one.
In season 3, he's racing with Renault. I think now.
Who is now?
You said Cash App Racing Bull?
No, they are. Oh no, it's not Alpine.
I can't believe I remember that.
Alpine. It's not Alpine. It's the Alpha
Aston Martin,
Alpha
Romeo,
Alpha Centauri,
Alpha Centauri,
or something like that. Yeah, Alpha Centauri.
That's a star, isn't it?
No,
it is like a constellation.
Yes. I hate that I forgot it. Alpha
Sigma.
I don't know.
Alpha male.
Something. Grant, you can look it up. You have your phone. Alpha.
Alpha Titan.
We'll move on.
Godzilla. I don't know. I'm just saying
Okay. So,
so
Grant's undecided. Luke?
So I'm undecided, yep.
So, yesterday, I was like, okay, well, I got to watch some Drive to Survive. And I heard that you were watching season 4. And Joseph had said that was like one of the best seasons to watch. So I was like, okay, like that seems like a good one to start with. So yeah, I watched episode 1. And I was like, okay. And then I watched episode 2. And then 3, and then 4, and then I finished the season today.
Wow! So you got hooked. Did you get hooked?
I'm so hooked.
Are you really, Luke?
I kid you not. Like, I'm so in.
What?
I'm not even kidding. I'm so in.
Really?
Like, are you being serious? Dead serious?
I literally was like, at first I was like, I really wasn't expecting to get all in. I mean it when I'm saying I'm so in.
Wow.
Luke is now working for Formula One.
and
wow, that's crazy.
It's awesome. The sport is sweet.
Well, okay, so unpack that. Like, what got you so into it?
First off, I think that I feel like it's pretty easy to get into. I think the fact that the Saturday qualifiers are just so intense and like getting pole, which means like getting like the first starting place. And like what that means and then the drama behind it and oh my word, it was sweet. And I love the fact that they go so fast. So fast. And what I really like too, and I think an aspect of it that I really like is how every team has kind of its own goals. Like McLaren was like, at least going into season 4, was like, okay, we finished 3rd last year. Let's try to finish 3rd again. And then the team like Alpine is like, okay, let's try to finish 5th. Like we know we're not in like that top, but like let's make this goal. And so even finishing like 5th for them means so much.
Yeah.
And then you have another team like Williams, at least in season 4 in 2021, who they're struggling to even get points. So when their driver finally gets points, it's this huge deal. I think George Russell, who I love George Russell, and he had a really I love this. I love it.
Real quick on the George Russell thing, like I watched the first episode and he's kind of in that, and I'm like, dude, that guy seems. I don't know, there's something about him that I'm like, I like him. So anyway,
and he was with Williams, then he's with Mercedes, then he's with Williams, and I think he might be back with Mercedes.
Okay.
But I'm not entirely sure on that. I just know he's flip-flopped quite a bit between those two teams, actually, which is funny.
Yeah. Interesting. So, so you're all in.
Yeah, I can't stand Red Bull.
Why?
Yeah. They are. You say that Mercedes is the Chiefs.
No,
of
I said
of the NFL.
I heard that according to Joseph, Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness. The end, because it's the first time that anybody but Lewis Hamilton had won the Drivers' World Championship in 8 years, and it's Max Verstappen. The way
Max Verstappen. Sorry, I gotta acknowledge the
way
real
that it happens in the final race. Like we would look at it if it was full, we're like, oh, it's rigged. It's rigged for the
Really?
Chiefs. It was rigged. There was a red flag. They're behind a safety car, and Max Verstappen went to the box, went to get his tires changed, whatever. So he's on newer tires, but he's behind 5 drivers. And at the very front's Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
And so there are times, typically, when that happens, the drivers and in the race, Max Verstappen second. So technically, the drivers in front of him have been lapped. So typically, a lot of times, they'll have those drivers go around the safety car and then go to the back. So when the race actually starts, it'll be the correct order that it's supposed to be. 1 and 2.
That's cool.
Well, this time they decided we're not going to move the 5 drivers in front. They're like, okay, we're not going to let them go bypass. I don't really remember. I think they said that there was debris on the road and they wanted to get it cleared up. Anyway, Red Bull's heated. So they call the I guess he's the chief of, I don't know, safety officer or whatever he is, the guy who basically runs the races, decides what's what. They have direct access to him, and they complain about it. And originally he's like, well, yeah, there's debris everywhere. We, don't think it's safe. And then all of a sudden they change it. And they let just the 5 drivers that are in front of Max Verstappen go around Lewis Hamilton in the safety car. So that gives Max Verstappen a huge advantage to be able to, now he's right behind Lewis Hamilton, whereas before he would have had to get through.
Yeah, with new tires.
Yes, that's the biggest thing is with new tires.
Right.
He's going to have to get through, he would have had to get through 5 drivers on the last lap, mind you. It was
super unlikely.
1 lap remaining.
Insane.
Yeah.
And so it really was like Lewis Hamilton. I was going into thinking, oh, Lewis Hamilton, he's the enemy. He's 1-8. Finally, let somebody else do it. He was robbed. And I felt gross that Max Verstappen won that and Red Bull won it. So
how did that impact you in any way?
I want Red Bull to go out of business. That's how bad it is.
Do you drink Red Bull?
No.
Okay.
So,
I
don't
either.
I just think that it was not fair, and from what I've been hearing just from now, it's the same way. They complain a lot. They try to get all these calls. They think that Max Verstappen deserves everything, and if he doesn't win, then there was clearly something something wrong on the outside.
Red Bull pulls the strings.
Yeah. So it really seemed very unfair. Anyways, through my binging of Season 4 of Formula 1 Drive to Survive. It's episode 2, and in comes in this handsome young lad. He's charismatic. He's funny. He's dare I say, brutally honest at points.
Luke, I'm not in Drive to Survive, buddy.
Nor was I describing you. If I mention words like
that was
ogre,
good though. That was good.
Ugly.
That's Grant's second one.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm feeling a little witty tonight.
Grant's being electric right now.
Okay, go.
My eyes have glazed. I am dead inside. I'm just funny and just making funny moments.
Anyways,
so this handsome non-Grant guy.
Lad,
unfortunately,
he's funny. He seems really just down to earth. Name of Lando Norris.
Oh,
and
wow!
I'm
he's so much in common.
He's
maybe that's a sign of
he
who
reminds
you should follow.
He reminds me so much of. I can't put my finger on it, but it just reminds me of somebody else that I know, and it's Grant. No, I'm just kidding. But
sorry.
Yeah. And they kind of do kind of a whole episode on McLaren a bit, and then it's at that point they bring in this new driver Daniel Ricciardo. Shut up, and it's going into him and how he's been struggling and all this stuff. But Lando at the same time's he's really kind of the opposition at this point. I want to beat him, and the media's hey, do you feel bad for him? And he's it's not my job to feel bad for him. And he's
cold
right.
line.
But then people are ooh, that's not very sportsman-like. And I don't know. It's just kind of cool seeing the behind the scenes. And he's he doesn't really mean anything. He didn't have any ill intent. He's just he's just very honest. which I kind of like about
What's
him.
this guy's name again?
Lando Norris.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other.
No, Daniel
driver.
Ricciardo, it was a really cool episode because he had been struggling for so long and he was supposed to have really high expectations going into the season. And then he finally, he gets a win. He wins a Grand Prix, and Lando Norris comes in second. So they get the 1-2.
Wow,
That's
lots
crazy.
of points.
It was
yeah.
huge for McLaren.
Yeah.
It was just really awesome. Then they did a whole episode of Haas, and I was like, wow, this team sucks. Really, just like the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, boy.
They had a Nepo baby, and whatever his name is.
Same with
Mitsupin.
race. Is it Racing Point or whatever? Like the Lance Stroll, the driver,
Yeah, he's the one who's
He's the Nepo
the
baby.
actual Nepo baby.
driving a hot pink car,
So
freshly painted.
But
They ripped
anyways-
it off. They ripped it off of in season 3. By the way, they are like, yeah, this is the car, and then they actually roll out the car they're using for the testing.
Yeah.
And it is so similar to Mercedes' car that won last year,
is really funny.
to the point where other people are like, wait a second, is this? They had to question if it was legal because they and the thing was we just took inspiration from because everybody does that, and as somebody who writes music and that happens in music all the time, I'm okay with it, but I can understand in sports them being like, whoa, this is a
Yeah,
Mercedes
come on.
with your logo
Yeah.
on it, right?
Yeah.
There was a moment where that was a little
But imitation
iffy.
is the best form of flattery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Then just say it's an imitate. Say it's
Say it's a
cover
Mercedes,
song.
yeah.
Say
Yeah.
it's a Mercedes. Yeah.
Yeah.
all that to say, I didn't think I was gonna be all
Yeah.
in. I was literally looking at Lando Norris shirts.
Serious.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get one, even though they're $80.
Joseph would be so happy right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, I told
know.
him.
Oh,
I
you
was
did?
like, dude, I'm so in.
You can make shirts for a certain cost. Luke, you just get maybe Google image
But it's
Lando
not
Norris's
The
face,
same.
blow
It's
it up,
not
and
the
put it on your
same.
shirt.
So
But it's not
so
the
you
same.
are you declaring right now?
Oh, McLaren all the way.
and Lando
baby.
Norris is your driver.
McLaren.
Norris. And then they have another good young driver. I can't remember his name. Osteoporosis. I know we called him last time. And right now McLaren has the fastest lap time going into the season.
Wow. Okay.
So
okay.
that's really exciting.
okay.
So yeah, I love the sport. I think it's interesting. It's not really like anything out there, which I think is kind of my favorite draw to it. Is it's there's really nothing, at least that I can compare it to, like football, basketball.
Yeah.
But there's just such a competitiveness. You see all the effort that goes into it, and how it's not really just the driver. It's all the mechanics and engineers
They have
that
a
go into
crew
making
giving them
it.
advice mid-race too, like crew chiefs and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
this is just making call-outs. This
Yeah.
is, you know what it kind of reminds me of? This is gonna sound so stupid. Fortnite, because when you're on a team and you're making call-outs with you, he's on my left, and it's
Yeah.
very similar. The crew chiefs okay, go behind him, slipstream for a bit. Okay, now take us outside. You've got you're in a position to take the lead right now. Go. They're giving him
Yeah.
call
all these-
outs
yeah,
the whole time,
that's
and I'm
cool.
like, this is kind of interesting. There is a little bit of strategy to it that you have to kind of be aware of.
Absolutely. And it's not just the driver's left to just kind of do it on his own. It's
Yeah.
there's so,
a whole team effort. It is a
yeah.
team.
And it really they feel it as a team, and even the drivers they don't say oh, I'm so awesome. They really they're good job team, we did good.
It is a team win.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
seems very everyone else is involved,
That's cool.
which I really like about it. I love the fact that they're cars and they go zoom. I think
Luke, that's the second time you've said
I'm
something
just
that
so
makes me think
happy.
you're 5. It's they go fast and
Yeah.
cars
Yeah.
go zoom.
and
Yeah.
too, just the implications of a crash is so
Yeah.
even when you're doing your qualifying on Saturday and you run into the wall or something, the implication for the next
race,
day
yeah.
is your
Yeah.
car, they're gonna have to work on it. It may not be the same, something might be out of
They
alignment.
don't have replacements of the exact same
Yeah.
model. It's custom built.
So it really it means a lot when something like that happens.
Yep.
So it's just, I don't know.
That's okay. That's
I
surprising.
really I
That's a good
seriously
surprise.
I feel like I could probably talk about Formula One for the
Wow.
duration
But
of this episode.
let me bring up something though. I think, because I do think the show is interesting. I think the show is going to be way more interesting than an actual race, in my opinion. Because
don't think
they're
so.
able to get more of the story.
Well, I think
there's the
it-
implementation of it happening live. I get that. But then there's also the idea of I think you get more of the drama, more of the story behind it with the actual
if
show.
you're
That's
really-
why I feel like I would
if
like the show
you're-
more than the actual races.
Well, then that means you're not really a Formula One fan. That means you just like the show. I think
Maybe
if
that
you're
is
really
the case.
into it and you have a team, then you will love the races. You'll love the qualifier, like what happens and everything like that. I think that'll be really interesting. And I also think that the show has like a lot of, short-term endorphins where it's like action, boom, 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 boom. Whereas like a race may be like
short-term dolphins.
yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. So okay.
So yeah, I feel like I definitely want to watch at least one. I know Joseph said there can be on crazy times, so it may be hard to, but I want to watch at least one race this coming season.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So McLaren is your team.
Yeah, Lando.
Lando is your driver. For me, Williams is my team,
Mm-hmm.
and Carlos is my driver.
I'm
Grant's still undecided.
I'm going to try and lean towards McLaren, and part of that, though, is because they really, in the last episode, the last couple episodes, have only covered, 3 teams. They didn't really go that in-depth. I learned nothing about Ferrari in the last couple episodes.
I think,
Maybe season 4.
I do know that I loved Ferrari's team in season 4. They had Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. They were such a great duo. Like, they were such a fun duo, and I really liked them. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's why I really like Carlos Sainz. I was really happy. With him going to Williams. I was like, okay, that's a good
I'm
sign.
excited to be a little more invested in a new sport.
Yeah.
We got a trip coming up, and I'm going to need to kill some time, so maybe
that's
I can
true.
watch a little bit
That'd
on
be
the
good.
drive.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I am...
Cool.
Seriously, I was so excited to talk about this.
I can tell, dude. You were pumped. I was like, you're passionate.
It's crazy because I was like, okay, I'll just watch 2 episodes and then call it a day, whatever.
Yeah.
I watched the second episode. I was like, well, I gotta see what happens next.
Yeah.
I was like, I just gotta figure it out.
So you've got guys right now like Joseph, Jason. They're gonna be so pumped.
Yeah,
They're gonna
Joseph is
I'm going to be very
excited.
happy.
So yeah, I'm super excited for this next season.
It's good.
I'm I'm generally I'm giddy about it.
When you just discovered a new sport to watch. I mean, that's kind of a fun new thing.
And during a time of the year when there's
not a ton
when
going
there's not
on,
a ton going on.
And by that we mean no football.
And two, in the in the sport where it's an interesting good time to get into it because this is the last year of the regulations before they have new ones, so teams will have figured out the best cars, and hopefully it'll be a lot closer this year. Hopefully McLaren, Lando wins the world championship. That would be awesome.
It's good.
But yeah, I am. Oh, it was it was so
good.
Sweet. It was awesome.
Well, good job.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were
Cool.
true to our word, right?
We at least watch at minimum a couple episodes of.
Dude, I promise I was not trying to watch the whole season. But I did because I just couldn't. I just had to watch it. I was like, I can't not watch this. It's great. It was great.
It's cool.
Congrats,
Cool.
man.
Well,
Good
good
for
job,
you,
guys. I'm happy that we all watched it.
Yay!
Yay.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought that there might be one of us. I'm mainly thinking of myself that would maybe have not watched it.
I almost didn't. I kind of forgot.
Yeah,
I'm a little surprised because I would not have, of the 3 of us, I would not have, I mean, no offense, but I would not have picked you to be the one that would go all in on Formula One.
I wouldn't have either. But
I would have picked Dad easy. I think Dad would have been the one who would have.
Yeah.
I don't get into even just new shows very easily. I'm very hesitant.
That's true.
I will watch and I will follow it this year, but not to the extent probably that you are, for sure.
No, absolutely not.
For sure.
Yeah. Anyway, well,
That's
that was
awesome.
good. I'm glad.
Good job, guys.
Great work.
Well
You gave me
done.
the platform
Way to
talk
watch
about.
TV, guys. Way to get off our butts and
Dude,
watch
our
TV.
homework is so
Yeah.
hard.
Our homework is
know.
watch Netflix.
I love this show.
I wish.
I love this show. This sucks.
I'm getting conflicting messages.
What?
Anyways, so
What?
yeah, that's it. Good job, guys.
Good job. Another
I'm really
applause.
happy.
Another round of applause.
Yeah.
Claps. A lot of claps.
I'm proud of us for being willing to try new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a
Good
guy
job.
who's gotten the same McDonald's order for the past 10 years of his life,
Which
For
is
every day
what?
of his life.
I think it's the same that you get. Double cheeseburger meal
Dude, nothing like it, bro.
with a
Well,
Coke.
it's so cheap. It's like you get 2
Wow,
cheeseburgers and a
the
large
two
fry and a Coke
cheeseburger
for
with
like
the fries
$7.
and the, oh man.
Anyway,
you know what?
it's the best
I'm
around.
just gonna make an aside on McDonald's. If the government wants us to eat so healthy, stop making the bad stuff so cheap.
so that's where you're right, is they don't.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory.
Anyway,
Okay.
They want us to be fat.
I haven't had McDonald's in so long, and I miss it so much.
It's good, bro.
I like their
know.
breakfast.
Oh, I know it's good.
Dude.
Yeah,
I'm-
8-Minute muffins
of-
are the bomb.
speaking
they're
of-
so good.
Shout out to Becky Monomore. Random,
Yeah, Becky.
Probably wasn't expecting a shout out. I don't know if she ever will watch this. She goes
Probably
to
not
our church.
after we dissed the Chiefs on that.
Yeah.
Those
True.
couple
Well,
episodes.
we'll let her know. She'll listen. She'll watch.
It was after church this past Sunday, and she just hands me a bag of McDonald's, and I'm like, well, actually, she hands Emily a bag of McDonald's, and because I think I was talking to Jason at this point, and she was like, hey, this is some like leftover McDonald's breakfast from this morning. I think like Luke would want to eat it, and Emily's like, oh yeah, and I'm like, I mean, I'm a
Is
little
the
offended.
sky a ball of
you know?
fire? I mean, is the sun a ball of fire in the sky? If the sky is
Is
a
the
ball of
sun
fire,
blue?
Something is wrong.
we are in trouble.
Is the sun blue? Of course, I'll eat some
I
McDonald's.
need a nap.
Yeah. All right.
Napkin. Wipe
All
your
right.
face. Anyway, so
That was dumb.
anyway, I get a bag of McDonald's breakfast.
Okay. Good job. Good job. Thank you, Becky Montemore.
And I was not expecting to eat it because I was like, I wasn't gonna eat it for breakfast yesterday because it didn't. I mean, it was like it's been there for how long? I don't know. I get home from volleyball last night. I didn't eat
Sure, you're
dinner.
starving.
I was starving.
Yep.
And typically, my wife, when she comes home from work, like maybe she'll go get we'll get dinner to get like a late dinner, go to Dairy Queen, Chick-fil-A, whatever. And I texted her, I was like, hey, like, do you want to go get like dinner? And she's like, actually, like, I think I'm good. Like, I ate lunch a little later. And I'm like, oh shoot. And I was like, well, I think I have to do this now. And I pulled out that McDonald's.
You poor baby. You have to eat McDonald's.
But dude, I was scared of what it was going to do to my systems because I don't know how good McDonald's sausage biscuits can be after like 2 days, but I
They're
put them
better.
I put them in. They did taste really yummy,
Yeah.
but I was more scared of what it was going to do to me.
Sure.
But I downed 2 biscuits, 2 hash browns, and I was like, "This is the life."
Scale of 1 to 10. Taste meter.
It was like
2 days after ordered and purchased, the biscuit was what? 0 to 10.
It was 10.
Wow.
Dude, post volleyball, when you
10.
have eaten nothing for dinner
Yeah.
and you haven't eaten since like 1 or earlier, like I mean, everything tastes great.
Mhm.
You could eat
It
a
was really
live
yummy.
chicken and be like, "This is incredible."
Okay. So if you're stranded on an island
Don't
and
do
all,
that, though.
and all you have to eat is one thing from McDonald's, what is it?
You don't know? Bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
I don't know if I want to
Really?
go
Bacon,
shakes
egg,
or
and cheese McGriddle. I could eat 100 of those in an hour.
Mine would be a cheeseburger from
I
McDonald's.
think I just go their nuggets, man. They're
Okay.
just so good.
All right, cool.
But
Oh,
I
cool.
only if I
Just
get buffalo
curious.
sauce with it. I have to have buffalo sauce with
Okay.
it.
Okay.
That's
And a
fine.
large Sprite. McDonald's Sprite.
It's good.
It does hit different.
So good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Anyways, moving on to our next.
We talked about McDonald's for like 5 minutes.
It was, yeah, it needed to be talked about.
I miss it.
Yeah.
Next segment is play the.
Oh, yeah.
This or that? Because I don't really know if it's a this or that.
But you didn't do the whole.
Well, that's why it was, because it's a this or that. Like,
It's not. It is, but it isn't. So he's
Yeah,
not sure.
so
of
Well, then you
himself.
got to
It's
change the little theme song.
Say it with your chest.
I got nothing. Anyways,
Wow,
Welcome to I Got Nothing.
I'm
by Luke.
disappointed.
I just couldn't think of anything on the spot. I'm sorry.
It's like a highlight
I
of
think
the
it's,
show.
If it is what I think it is it King of the Hill?
So
Okay.
We're gonna
All right, here we go.
We're gonna
Here we
go
go.
through it, and if
okay,
I'm
okay,
right,
hold
if
on.
it is what I think
not,
it is, it's
it's
King of
not
the Hill.
that, and I know that it's not that because I know what King of the Hill is.
Okay.
It's a this or that kind of, but it's a little bit different because it's a who's better right now
Okay.
basketball edition.
That's King of the Hill.
No,
Kind of.
no.
Keep going. Keep going. Who's better now?
Jason Tatum
Jason
edition.
Tatum?
Ooh.
Right now.
Right now, Jason Tatum edition.
Current season,
Okay,
not last
okay.
season.
Current season. Why would we ever do last season?
I
That
don't
makes
know
no
because they
sense.
won the I don't know because they won the championship last year.
Why
So-
would we not take this season into account?
Okay,
that
so-
makes no sense.
That's all right. So we're
That's
doing.
stupid. Sorry.
So we're doing Jason Tatum.
Stop yelling! It makes me mad.
Boys, please. Oh my word. Okay,
Captain
so
America,
Okay,
Brave
so
New
I'm gonna
World.
talk now.
Luke just turned into Red Hulk.
Anyway, so Jason Tatum edition. Who's
Okay.
better right now?
okay.
Jason Tatum or LeBron James?
LeBron.
I don't know. I'm taking Jason Tatum.
I think you're
No.
taking drugs, and I don't know what they are.
Consistency. I'm going LeBron.
What do you mean?
100%.
I'm
Jason
going
Tatum.
LeBron.
Jason, I'm not going to say who I'm going to take now because it's going to ruin the rest of the thing. But Jason Tatum is criminally underrated. The only reason you don't think he's as high as what he really is because the media doesn't cover him because he doesn't say jack squat because he puts his head down and he plays ball and he balls out.
Look, I'm not trying to disrespect Jason Tatum. but I'm-
Yeah.
Who's
Okay.
the best player on the
Okay.
Lakers?
Luka,
Who's the best player on the Celtics?
Jason Tatum. But I think
who
the
has a better record?
I think Celtics. do.
Celtics actually.
Case
Wait,
in
do
point.
they? Yeah.
Case in point.
That
They,
doesn't.
they
no,
also
no, no.
have Jalen
That's
Brown.
not-
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
They have LeBron James. And I don't know. who
You
else
just
to
proved
take.
my point.
You can't.
You literally
No,
just
they have
proved
Jackson-
my point.
You can't. No, no, no.
I
You
You
think-
said they have LeBron James.
I think that Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum is better right now than LeBron James.
He's younger.
I think he's better.
I think, listen, if you're building a team and I'm like, for
I think-
1 year, and you're telling me I have between Jason Tatum
I don't
and
know.
LeBron, with LeBron's knowledge of the game, I am
It's
taking
who's
LeBron.
better at basketball.
Knowledge of the game counts for that,
No.
dude.
Yeah.
Who's
Yes.
better at basketball?
So
I'm still taking LeBron.
I would listen.
I'm taking Jason Tatum.
No,
I know I'm
that's,
gonna get-
that's fine.
I
It's-
like
listen,
doing these because it just proves that you guys don't watch basketball.
No,
I
it's-
don't
You
care.
just look
I
at the
don't,
media.
but I
you
really-
just look at the Instagram
Oh
posts.
my word.
And that's all you do.
I know I'm going to
Guys.
get so much hate for that, but my gut says LeBron, and I'm going to stick with LeBron.
Yeah,
I know I don't watch much NBA, but my gut says LeBron, and I'm sticking with it.
I'm going LeBron, and I have reasons for going with LeBron because, my reason for going with LeBron is consistency. Night in, night out. Sometimes Tatum can, and yes, he's gonna get some. I know it, but sometimes he's not as consistent. And you know what you're gonna get with LeBron, and I think with LeBron, as far as a better player, I think LeBron can bring to a game if a game is going different than how it needs. LeBron can
He can adapt.
He can adapt. He can get you rebounds. He's going to get you assists. He's definitely going to get you
He
points.
can play defense
He's going to
sometimes
do all
too,
that
man.
too. So
I would just like to point out one thing. Jason Tatum can also do all those things, but because he is on a really good team, he doesn't have to do all those things.
Brother, Lakers
So-
are second in the West.
The Celtics have a better record than the Lakers.
But not by
2 games?
much.
By 2 games.
But here's the reason
that's
I
a
go
ridiculous
Jason Tatum.
argument.
If it was just Jason Tatum and like a bunch of nobodies, I think Jason Tatum's stats would be so much better. But because he's kind of, in my mind, he's a little bit like Donovan Mitchell. He does not have to do all the work, and so he doesn't. He's got Jaylen Brown. He's got Al Horford. He's
Ridiculous.
got Peyton Pritchard. He's got guys who can come in, and he's got Drew Holiday.
well, so
He's
does
got,
LeBron.
LeBron
LeBron's
is
got
Luka.
Austin Reeves, Luka.
Luka's hurt, or Austin Reeves is hurt. I would say that right now.
You can make the argument he's doing that with less people. They lost Anthony Davis, their big man, their best defender, and they went from 4th in the West to 2nd.
Whatever.
I
So
don't care
that
that
they
they picked up
Tatum.
You can
Luka.
take Jason Tatum. I'm taking LeBron. You're taking LeBron.
I'm taking
next.
LeBron, yes.
Who's next?
Next is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Ooh.
Tatum easy.
Ooh, I don't know if it's easy. I don't think it's that easy, man.
What?
I don't think it's
You
that
think
easy.
LeBron is better than Giannis?
Yes.
I think I'm taking Giannis. I think I'm taking
No.
Giannis. I think I'm going to take Giannis over Tatum. I think Tatum, obviously, better shooter. Giannis, dude, he's called the Greek freak for a reason, bro.
I think it's so close, but I think Giannis is having a slightly better year than Jason Tatum, I will take Giannis. I think Giannis is better right now.
I still got. Oh man,
Jason
I got to
Tatum.
remember what we're just doing this year. But yeah,
Tatum.
I think I'm still gonna go Giannis. I
I
He's
I
crazy.
respect Tatum. I think
Me
that's
too.
That's not a bad thing.
I'm
I
not
think
trying
Tatum
to
over Giannis is good.
any disrespect to Jason Tatum. He is such a good player.
I
He's
just
one of the
think-
best players in the league. But you just gave me LeBron James and Giannis.
I would just
gotta
like
take.
to say, Dad, that Giannis is third in MVP voting.
So what?
So you think LeBron should be second in MVP voting?
Sure.
think LeBron should
That
be
makes no
MVP
sense.
every year, always.
Their logic
Yes.
makes 0 sense. But all right.
Dad
This
literally
isn't
said
about
yes.
logic. This
It
is
is. It's who's the better player.
right now.
Right now, who's
Which
a better
one?
player?
Yeah.
You think LeBron is a better player than Jason Tatum?
Who
Right
makes,
now,
who
yes.
makes the players around him better, LeBron or
Right
Jason
now.
Tatum?
Okay, are we?
It doesn't
listen.
matter who's a better
it
basketball
does.
player.
That's literally part of the game.
No, listen. Hold on. Like, so you're asking me, like, right now in this moment, not season, but right now in
this moment, who's better?
I'm gonna say LeBron is
Okay,
better,
all right.
and I'm gonna say against with Giannis and Tatum, I'm going Tatum.
Okay, whatever. Fine.
I'm taking Giannis.
I'll take Giannis, but slightly. I think Tatum is. Yeah, I think Tatum's very, very
I'm
good.
sorry, I'm
Criminally
getting so
underrated,
worked up
and this
over-
is why.
Okay, so
this is
hold up. You guys have given all these reasons for Tatum, but you're
Giannis-
picking Giannis only because he's third in MVP voting. What kind of argument is that? That's none.
I just
He's
think
leading a team, a Bucks team, which I will say their roster is not nearly as filled out as it has been in past years. I do think that him and Damian Lillard have been working really well together, but I think that Giannis has been able to pull a very, I would say, mid overall Bucks team.
Was Giannis an All-Star?
He was injured, so he wasn't.
So he's not better right now.
But he is.
okay, I don't count All-Star, but that All-Star voting, they leave out some big
They
names.
also left
It's
out
insane.
The question
Trae
is,
Young.
who's better right
Hey,
now?
was LeBron an
Giannis is-
All-Star? Oh wait.
Oh, he
wait.
was, yeah.
Oh wait, but he didn't play. And
Doesn't
he was
matter,
too
but he was an all-star.
He was too baby to say anything about it because he was like, "I want my all." This is crazy. I'm saying this, but I'm always saying this for this argument. The only reason he didn't say that he was injured and not going to play the All-Star game so that he wouldn't get replaced and then have that All-Star taken away. So Giannis was the same way. He would have played if he was healthy. But so LeBron was the same way. Anyways,
Keep going.
That
Fine.
argument makes
Fine.
0 sense.
Your
the
argument.
third name
you make
again?
no sense.
Did we say the third name
No,
yet?
we're still on the
No,
second
go.
because
That's
it's-
crazy.
it's
We're getting
stupid.
I can't believe how fired up I'm getting, and I
Go.
barely
All
watch
right.
NBA.
Jason Tatum or Luka Doncic
Luka.
right now? I'm
Yes.
thinking- okay, take.
Bro, I'm
Do you not
sorry.
know?
I'm sorry. How
Go.
is this a
Who do you think?
conversation?
Oh, Jason Tatum. I think Luka is not at 100% yet. His numbers, they've been getting better, but I have not seen anything right now. I think that overall, I think that Luka Doncic, a better player. In past seasons, I would take Luka Doncic, but right now, Luka, I think, is still recovering. He seemed a little bit just kind of getting adjusted to the Lakers, I guess, but I think
How many
now,
points did he put up in the last couple games? He put up like over 25 in both of the last couple
Tatum
games.
had
Jason
over
Tatum had
40
40
points.
points.
Like just.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
notice that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well.
But here's what
ridiculous.
I would go Tatum, and I'm going Tatum.
Tatum's
for-
not
for-
acclimating to a new
for
team,
defense. I think Tatum's a better defender than Luka.
I agree.
Okay, yeah.
So I would go Tatum.
I
think
would
Tatum.
agree with that. But I think like Luka,
Luka's
even
a better scorer.
I think
will
just
say,
I
but
think just in
Jason
general,
Tatum's a
like
better-
in
right now.
Luka's ability to score, I think is just like on a consistent basis. I think is just insane. Like I and again, this is coming. I got to be careful like how much I say because I don't watch a lot of NBA and I don't want to step in it. Right? I don't want to
It's
put my foot in
okay.
my own
It's
mouth.
our show.
But
You
at the
can
same-
say whatever.
Yeah, but I will get
doesn't
flamed.
mean that we will like it.
I might still get flamed.
Yeah.
But I just think that even with Luka's played how many games with the Lakers now? 3?
No, more than that.
3, 4, 5. I don't know. He's
No.
I don't
played
know.
More than that.
I think he's played 6
Okay.
or 7.
You it's not that many more.
He said single
3.
digits.
So
Still
what?
single digits.
You're
You gotta-
hilarious.
He
And you're like,
said 3.
Jason Tatum. Okay,
He
to
played
me.
6.
Okay, Jason Tatum puts up like 40 something.
played-
Jason Tatum puts up like 40 something with the Celtics, right? He didn't have to change teams. Luka literally went from the Mavs to the Lakers, went to a
Yeah.
completely different team, a new system, and then it took him a bit, but then he had a game where I think he had a triple double one game, didn't he?
But
and then
the question,
and then he also had a 25 point and then a 32 point game, and I'm like, it took him how many games, and he's still getting acclimated to the system.
but
question
that's
is
fine. But
right
right
now.
now, and I'm going Tatum right
I'm
now.
going Tatum right now.
Right now, for this season, I bet like end of the season, Luka's gonna prove me right, and I think Luka.
that's fine.
That's fine, but I'm
still
just saying
picking
right
Luka
now,
over-
I think
over
Luka
Jason Tatum.
can be a better player than Jason Tatum, but I think right now Jason
I still
Tatum,
think he is a better player than Jason Tatum, so I'm gonna stand on that.
Okay,
I'm standing on business there.
So-
he's sitting
okay.
on business. All right, Jason Tatum. Who's better, Jason Tatum or Steph Curry? Dude, yeah.
That's the tough one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Also, Curry
just put up
56.
like a 50 piece, didn't he?
I
He
know.
had 56 and had like
Yeah, man.
9 threes, I think. 9 or 10 threes. Oh, it's
Yeah, but that's
beautiful.
like-
Or 11. Maybe I think he had 11 threes.
But is Curry this like the defender he used to be anymore? Like his
Well, he was
No,
never a
he was
defender.
never a
no,
defender.
but like or the drip. No, but he used to have some good steal like some moments with steals
Yeah.
and forcing
He used
turnovers.
to steal
like,
the ball sometimes.
yeah,
shut
well,
up. Okay,
oh, man.
but like he's, but then he's also like is he even the same like dribbler that he used to be?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
would you say he is?
Yeah.
Like I mean,
if it helps you guys, I'm gonna say that I think Jason Tatum is better right now. I think a lot of it is Jason Tatum all around. He's a little bit better defender.
yeah,
He
that's where
can
I
get
lean.
rebounds. I think assists. Curry does have to carry his team in a lot of ways. So I think what Curry is doing right now is very impressive.
Agreed.
I think
Agreed.
I think Curry's scoring ability is obviously going to be better than almost anybody's. So
Yeah.
I think Curry has him in scoring. But I think as overall basketball player, I'm taking Jason Tatum over
I think
Curry.
I'm leaning Tatum for the same reason. I think he's just a little bit more well-rounded
And
than Curry.
he's younger. He's probably got a little more energy. But you know,
Yeah, I think I go Tatum, but it's really tight for me.
Yeah.
Between those two, like
Yeah.
it's really, that's
It's
really
hard.
That's
It's hard to say
difficult.
that.
I
I
think
know it's tough.
because I like to your point, Luke. I think Curry has had to carry his team all season until really Butler got there. And
Warriors
he's kept
could be
him and he's
dangerous
kept
now
him in it. But if I'm going like, I guess for me, the criteria is like all around, like
Yeah,
assists, rebound, points, defense, and if I'm looking at all of that and I'm using that to make my decision, I got to go Tatum on that.
okay, yeah. So you say
So-
Tatum, Grant?
Better right now.
yeah. I think I'm gonna pick Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Man,
All
if you were
right.
talking like 2015, 2016, even 17,
Oh, yeah,
man, I'm
easy.
picking Curry
Hands down.
Next
over
up.
almost anybody.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Next up,
Yep.
Jason Tatum or Donovan Mitchell?
that's also
Wow,
tough.
that's tough.
This is really tough.
We're getting a lot of crickets here.
Yeah.
I know. Well, Luke actually came up with a couple names that were
Yeah.
for me.
You
There were a couple.
surprised?
There were a couple names on here that were pretty like easy for me to pick, and then these last couple have been like
I don't
very tough.
think
For
any of
me-
these were
Right
easy.
now.
For me,
I-
you
man.
said Luka and LeBron. Like I love those guys. I'm going to pick them over
Okay.
Jay Tatum.
So I'll tell you, Mitchell just was Eastern Conference Player of the Month, I think.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to go Mitchell on this one.
Okay.
I think, as far as, again, all-around player, I think, too, he also he can give you what you need when you need it.
Mm.
And, yeah, I think I'm going to go Mitchell on this one just because, like, I think the NBA just acknowledged that he's been the better player right now
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in the Eastern Conference. So that's who I will pick Mitchell.
I don't want to I don't want to use. I'm always cautious to use the excuse. Well, the NBA said that blah 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 blah. The NBA also said Harden won MVP the year that LeBron James literally carried the Cavs to the finals.
That was a funny year.
I'm not saying Harden also didn't have a great case for MVP, but like I think LeBron got robbed that year. But
Agreed.
that's an aside. So that's just my point of saying like I'm cautious to always be like, well, the NBA said this, so. But I think I also lean, and again, this is where you said for this year.
No.
I think
Right now.
you said right now for this.
However
year,
you want to interpret that.
Yeah.
right now this year. I'm also what are you doing? Swallowing
ahead,
your
go-
mic? I think I'm
Nope.
also going to pick Donovan Mitchell. I think he's just been fantastic to build around. I mean, the way that even what we talked about was it last episode of the episode before, just how like Donovan's like, what do I need to do to help get these guys ready? Like
Yeah.
that's a big deal for me. Bringing up your other players, like I think that is a mark of one of the marks of a great basketball player. And so I think Donovan Mitchell has done that. He's had games where he has been able to put the team on his back.
Mhm.
And then Dad brought up the point is that he doesn't have to do it all anymore. I think that's also the sign of like he's been somebody who could help those other players get to the point where he doesn't even have to do it all every game, right? I think like from a business standpoint, right? A good employee, if you're a good employee and you train the new hire well, right?
Yeah.
So they can start taking on more tasks that you no longer have to do. If you're no longer doing those tasks, does that mean you're bad at your job? No, you did a great job training the new person so they can do those things and you can focus on other stuff, right? So I don't know. That's just kind of what I lean towards, and yeah, I gotta say I go with Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. I'm saying Jason Tatum, but it is very, very, very,
It's
very,
tight.
very, 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 very close.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
I think, man, Donovan Mitchell is so, like, he just has moments where it's like, I just think you forget that he's can fly, and he just has moments he'll cross somebody up and just yam it, and it's just like, that's awesome. But then Jason Tatum is like a really, I mean, just very. They're both very, very, very good players. They're the best players on their teams, on very good teams. I would say they're very similar teams in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think
both have deep rosters.
Yeah, I think right now, I think I'm going to say Jason Tatum, but I don't like saying that, especially as a Cavs fan.
Who wins one-on-one?
I don't know.
Actually, that changes things a little. I actually might lean Tatum if we're saying strictly one-on-one. I don't know. I don't know if I watch enough NBA to make this call.
Know. I don't know.
Dude, Cam Reddish cooked the entire Lakers team. I don't think 1v1 is a good metric. Did you see that? Did you see that video?
If it's 1v1
on Instagram, Cam Reddish cooked the entire Lakers team, and it was like, yeah, this is why we don't have like 1v1s. In like the All-Star break, because like you'd have a guy like Cam Reddish coming in and cooking everybody and being like, why isn't he an All-Star?
Well, if we had 1v1s, how often would Kyrie just break everyone's ankles?
Speaking of,
we need to talk about
this. I had this on the list before news broke, but before injury, Kyrie, Kyrie now has been announced.
R.I.P. Mavs,
dude.
R.I.P.
Luka
Mavs.
trade is just looking worse.
Wow.
It's worse.
What's the? Is it Nico Harrison? Nico Harrison is looking like. He's the most wanted man in Texas right now.
Did you see the injury report that the Mavs posted? Well, I don't know if it was the actual Mavs, but I think it may be like a Mavs fan page. And it was like all their injuries, and it was like Nico Harrison brain damage.
Oh, man. It's so bad.
It just looks.
But
worse
that was
and
the
worse.
risk. Like we talked about, like Anthony Davis and his injuries. Yep. You know, and man, now you get Luka and LeBron, and you're like, okay, man, they get cooking together and they figure out how to make it happen. They are dangerous, and look at them.
To be fair,
they're second in the West.
Yeah. To be fair, I also thought the Lakers might take a step back because I'm like, you just lost a big part of your defense. But it's like
I wouldn't have been surprised.
The young guns have stepped up.
Yeah, but
their defense is better now than it has been than it was with Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm just like, I think Luka and LeBron are like, we can put up enough points to kind of make up for our defensive deficit, right? And so I think they're fine. Them getting
it's not
in
even
sync
that. It's their defense has been better. Did you know this?
Without Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
It has been, for whatever reason, somebody was like, JJ Redick has to be like a crackhead or something because there's no way you trade away one of the best defensive players in NBA history for one of the worst defensive players in NBA history, and your defense somehow gets better.
Well, I'll tell you this: it made, I think, in a lot of ways, those guys on the bench, the bigs on the Lakers, man, it gave them and opened up a spot. And if I'm them, I'm going, it's my time right now or never, and I have got to perform. And I think it lights a fire in those guys, and they're good, they're decent. They don't have to be great, but I mean, and.
Have they played the Nuggets
or
they beat the Nuggets, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know, it's nuts.
I picked the Nuggets to win the whole thing this year, and the Lakers just beat Denver.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of basketball still to be played.
Have they played the Thunder yet?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
will be very interested to see what happens when they play the Thunder.
Yeah, I picked the Thunder and the Cavs in my championship.
Man. I picked Thunder Bucks, and I'm now regretting not picking the Cavs because.
But do you remember when we were making
our, they beat the Celtics?
Do you remember when
that was without
making our
Porzingis.
picks? Do you remember when we were making our picks? I said I didn't pick them, but I said I could see a world where Luka and LeBron get cooking and they make the Western Conference Finals. I did say that.
For real.
I think they have definitely put themselves in the contender tier of NBA teams, for sure.
There is a world where for me, I'm like, there's a world where I could see them winning it all.
That's crazy.
Do I think it'll I don't know if it's a high, wouldn't say it's a high percentage, but they now have a percentage to win it all.
They have 1%.
No, I'd say it's more than that. It's like a 5. I'd say it's like a 5 to 10.
I think the Lakers in a 7-game series against any team in the East could be tough.
LeBron has also just so much experience. Also, Luka's got finals experience now.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's just like, okay,
he's got something to prove.
The Mavs
is what
are
it is.
insane. What were they thinking?
Yeah, Luka's got something to prove.
Whatever drugs Nico Harrison was taking, it is so delusional. It makes me think that I could be a superstar.
It makes you think I could be the GM. Like they're offering, I'd be better at it. At least I wouldn't have traded away Luka.
I think I saw
traded anybody away.
Anthony Davis and Kyrie played one game together since the trade,
and they will only have played one game together the entire season. Yeah,
that's one.
That's
crazy.
Okay, so obviously we're really sad for Kyrie.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was balling.
Doing well this year.
He was balling.
I feel so bad.
Sorry, Kyrie.
Because he's my
really
favorite player.
that.
Because he's my favorite player, I hurt for him.
Yeah,
with this,
sucks.
right? And I like Anthony
And
Davis.
you saw he still shot his free throws after tearing his ACL, right?
Kobe moment. It was his Kobe moment.
Totally.
He commented after he said, "I'm so glad I didn't miss those, or otherwise I would have been so frustrated.
Yeah.
If you come back just to shoot the free throws, then you miss them." He said, "I'm so glad I made those free throws."
That would have sucked.
But I hurt for him.
Yeah,
because he's a good dude.
Good
he
player.
would love to get another championship. Also, just to have one without LeBron, I think would mean a lot to him. But not because he's got anything against LeBron, but just to feel like I can do enough to where it's like I deserve more flowers for it, which I still think he deserves a lot of credit for the Cavs one. But I think
absolutely,
you know how other people are gonna say. It's good
he
to
put
silence
up
the
41
naysayers.
points.
Yeah,
I know.
In game
nuts.
6, right?
It's
Or
crazy.
game 7? It was game 6.
It's crazy.
Or game 7.
Game 7, I think. Yes.
I've heard so many people be actually.
No, there's no way.
Not in the final game, no.
No, it was game 6, right?
Game 6.
I think it was
I've
game
heard-
6. Him and LeBron had 40 points.
Kyrie
apiece.
played so well that year that people are now being like, "Well, LeBron wouldn't have blah 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 if he didn't have Kyrie." And I'm like,
well, Grant, don't take that too far because everyone does that with LeBron about anything. So
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's another name. But anyway, we're kind of getting off topic. But yeah, I did feel really bad for Kyrie after AD got hurt and now he got hurt. I'm like, it just feels like it feels like every time Kyrie gets a new like star player, he and
like
said
every
star
time
player gets hurt.
I feel like every time he really starts hitting a stride, like he gets hurt.
Yeah, man.
So
I feel bad
LeBron
for him.
scored 41 points.
In the final.
In the final, yes.
But it was game 6 where they both had 40.
It was crazy. There was a game they both had.
Or was it? I think it was game 6. Where they
I'm
both
looking
had
up
40.
right now.
There was a game where they
let's
both
see.
absolutely went nuclear.
Oh, it was the first time in the finals where any team, both players had 40 points. It was crazy.
Yeah. It was
Anyway,
insane.
all that to
Didn't
say.
Kevin
Yeah,
Love
go ahead, go.
I almost
Before-
said Kevin Love might have had a
before
triple-double, but
injury-
I think I was wrong.
Before injury, so think that it's yesterday.
Back to our segment.
Yeah.
Who's a better player right now, Kyrie or Jason Tatum?
Um,
Before injury, of course. Yeah.
before injury
Had to state
this
that.
year.
So, think it's yesterday. We're having this conversation. Who would you take?
Are we asking who's? Well, here's the deal. We asking who's better. Who would I take? Because we know who I'm taking, but we're not asking.
I
who's
think
better.
that the question I'm asking is who would you take that's a better player?
Right now.
that you just and both. I love Kyrie Irving. I am. This is where my bias is showing a little bit because I think Kyrie has become a better defender than he used to be. He also can still be that guy and put up big numbers, and he did this
100%.
year. He did this year. There were games before Luka got traded where Luka. I think I mentioned this before. There were games before Luka got traded where Luka was hurt, and Kyrie put the team on his back, and they won games. I also don't think, obviously, I don't think the Mavs even get to that finals series last year without Kyrie.
Oh, absolutely not.
But I think you bring up well-roundedness and I lean Tatum as much as it kills me in my soul. I lean Jason Tatum, but if I'm building a team and I'm picking a point guard, I'm picking Kyrie. Period. Healthy Kyrie, I'm picking Kyrie. But
You're not taking him like SGA.
I think
that's a different conversation.
No,
anyways.
I don't think.
But I am picking. I will lean Tatum.
SGA over Kyrie.
I will lean Jason Tatum.
I feel loyalty to Kyrie.
I know.
I feel a little disloyalty to him.
Really?
He wanted out.
Because he wanted to go and try and do it on his own.
That's
Other
the only.
players
I
do
love
that.
him. I love him, but that was the one thing that will always leave. I love Kyrie. I've always wanted him to succeed. He's a great player, probably the most skilled player of all time.
Probably the best.
So who are you taking, Tatum or Kyrie?
I'm taking Tatum, but I really do think it's closer than a lot of people would
Probably
think.
so.
I agree.
I would take Tatum too.
This year, yeah.
But
yeah, I just want to give Kyrie his flowers,
absolutely.
especially because it's the flowers at his grave.
I have a question. Where do you put Kyrie in terms of like handles all time?
One.
I think he might have the best handles of all time. Him and maybe AI.
Man.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson.
Curry's kind
White
of up
Chocolate also, bro, could just his passes. White Chocolate. I can't remember the guy's
Jason
name.
Williams.
Jason Williams, yep.
I was thinking him too. I think those three are the first three that came to my mind were Kyrie, Allen Iverson,
Kyrie, AI,
and Jason Williams.
But
Steph's
I think
up there.
That's true. Steph is up
just
there.
because he can create a lot of space.
I'll tell you who's coming up on with that is Darius Garland.
Oh, absolutely.
DG is
I need to watch more DG. I need to watch more DG.
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that because
so he has improved amazingly with his handles.
He's awesome.
He's like a younger. Well, I can see a lot of Kyrie in him.
I kind of see it too. I really do. He's
do.
kind of a slasher, but also can create his own shot.
Yep.
Yeah, I love Darius Garland. Anyways, so that kind of concludes our.
Yay!
This
nice, good job, good job.
This or that question.
Who's better? So yeah, good job. That was good.
Good job.
Love it.
This or that.
There it is.
I had to do it at least once.
Yeah, thank you, Luke.
All right.
Okay.
This is the secret segment.
Ooh, the secret segment, Grant.
The secret segment.
I just want you guys to close your eyes and imagine this. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
Aliens are invading Earth.
Ooh, okay.
They have challenged the Sports F.A.M. podcast to 6 different sports-related events.
This is just Space Jam Interstellar.
Okay.
If the Sports F.A.M. can beat them in these 6 events that they have challenged them to, the aliens will leave and never return. Each event is a one-on-one.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man.
So the Sports F.A.M. has to decide their representative
Okay.
for each event.
Okay.
Oh,
I got mine. I know what I'm doing.
We don't even know the
tough.
events yet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought we got to choose the events.
I have a question.
No.
Okay.
Is this so? What happens if there's a 3v3? Like aliens win 3 and we win 3.
Oh.
What is there a 7? Is there a 7 sport?
Luke didn't get that far.
You didn't prepare.
I'll have a 7th one.
Okay. All right. Keep your eyes closed.
I have a 7th one at the end of this.
Okay.
The first event.
Yeah.
Ping pong.
Soccer penalty shootout.
Oh man.
Who do we choose?
Grant.
Penalties?
Easily.
Yeah.
Penalties?
I think penalties would make it a little bit easier. I lean Grant, but also I'm like, I could see you maybe.
No.
Okay.
No.
Wild
You
card
want to hear what's crazy?
action?
No.
You want to hear what's crazy? If we're talking like a one-on-one soccer like match, not just penalties, yes, I'm picking me.
Yeah.
I am the worst overthinker in the world. When it comes to penalty shoot, oh my gosh.
If you're the
I'm
first
serious.
worst overthinker in the world, I'm definitely the second. So I don't know if either of us should be.
I'm kicking the penalties to save the world.
Okay, let's get this.
You're welcome.
Well, before we say it, let's get this out of the way. I'm the best out of the 3 of us at soccer.
Of
Would
course.
we agree with that? Okay.
Yes, of course.
I just want to clarify that.
Yes,
but
yes,
You can run far and fast.
I can
Grant's
dribble
a very good
okay.
soccer
I run
player.
fast.
I can
Yeah,
dribble
yeah.
okay too. I've got good field vision.
fat.
I've got good vision. I can put the ball where I have good placement.
If it's soccer, you're winning.
Yeah.
But
penalty
specifically
kicks.
penalty shootouts.
Man, I don't.
I don't know. I think there's cons to every
We're
one of
choosing
us.
me?
No, we're not.
No.
No
Absolutely
way, guys.
I would choose
this
Grant.
is about
I think-
saving the world.
I think you would be more.
I think Grant gives us our best chance.
I 100% agree.
I think Grant. I'm sending you.
I'm sending you, Grant Jones.
Do you know what would
to
happen
save
though?
the world.
Do you know what would happen? I would
What?
be like, okay, I just need to put it in the right spot. Don't worry about killing the ball, right? Because that's
Yeah.
sometimes the worst thing you can do. Then I would overcompensate and kick the ball so soft that the goalie would be able to walk over and
They're
pick it up.
aliens. Maybe they're like fat, like
Are they like amateur
just
level? They're like amateur level.
I would say they
aliens.
are like. I would say they have listened to our podcast. They like what we do, and they have challenged us because they don't know anything really about sports other than what we have told
Oh
them.
well, then
When
I'm sauce.
Like
they
I
are
just
also
like a fat rock kind of alien. Like it's just like where they're
No,
not
I would say they're
moving.
like
it's
human-
a Geodude from Pokemon.
humanoid-sized aliens. So think of it, they're humanoid size. They take the
Oh.
shape of. How about they take the shape of
okay,
humans?
okay.
Pete Davidson shows up and we have to beat him in a
I would.
Grant-
I would
okay.
kick the crap out of
So-
Pete Davidson.
So Grant's winning. Grant's winning.
no sports related. Luke would just kick the crap out
Yeah,
of
I
Pete
just
Davidson.
beat him up because.
Grant, good job.
Thanks.
Confidence level going into it. What do you think?
Knowing what you
You
told
also
me,
have to save it, by the way, because you also have to. I would say it'd be like you kick it at them, and then
knowing-
you would also have to
Oh,
be like a
weirdly
goalie
enough-
as
Grant's
well.
real quick. I would
Yeah,
be
I
like
would say
totally.
Grant too.
So I hated
Yeah.
playing goalie the couple times I did, but what I literally just had to shut the fear off and just be like, if the guy is even remotely close, you rush him and jump on the ball.
We
And
can't
that was
really-
my
you
strategy.
can't really do that in a penalty, but
Yeah.
No, I know,
Respect.
but I think there's an element I
Intimidation
just have to
factor.
pick a side, dive, and
Yeah.
just go.
Okay.
And so I think
Yeah. Grant 100% gives us the best chance to
yeah,
save the world.
Weirdly enough,
Okay.
Sports F.A.M. podcast has chosen Grant as their soccer penalty shoot representative.
Good job.
Yay!
yay me.
We're gonna lose.
Okay.
All right.
That's bad. Hold on, that's bad. If I can't beat an alien in
No,
a penalty shootout,
fine. I think you
we
win
are
that.
screwed.
No,
I
you're
think
gonna
you
win.
win
You're
that.
gonna
I think
win.
you win that.
I do.
we are all screwed.
I do too.
The second event that the
Okay.
aliens have challenged the Sports F.A.M. podcast to is checkers.
Checkers.
Yeah, they really wanted. They're trying. I think they're trying to throw us off.
Me trying to
Yeah.
do checkers.
They're really. I think this is a really just try to get like
Okay.
in our heads with this one. I think they're trying to play some mind games.
I'm going.
know
I'm
that
going
checkers-
me.
I think
Yeah,
that
it's
he has the
Dad.
I'm going me.
experience.
We all know that you said trying to get in our heads. It doesn't require checkers. Barely requires your head. I
Yes,
mean,
it
No,
does.
that's total. That's
the
wrong.
exact opposite.
Total. What?
Flag.
Yeah, that's not right.
I'll take
Grant
it.
was.
No.
That's
It's you have to think ahead.
Yeah.
Multiple moves in checkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
I didn't do chess because I'm not confident that either of you know how to play chess.
Nope.
I do know how to play chess,
And
but
you would
I'm
lose.
awful at it. So
I'm going me checkers to save the world.
I think we send Dad.
Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for choosing me.
Sports F.A.M. podcast has chosen Poppy as their checkers representative.
Thank you guys. It's an honor to represent the world.
I guess it's the world.
Yeah.
Dude, the world
To
has
save
come
the
together.
world from
all eyes on
aliens.
you. Do you think
I
you
got
can
this.
handle the pressure?
Absolutely.
Yeah. How do you
Yep.
feel going into it?
Pretty good.
Yep.
I do.
Are you going to try any strategies? Any?
I'm gonna try to out psych my opponent.
What are the things that we can expect from you to outpsych them today?
I don't know. I'm going to pray.
All right. That's about as good as anyone can do, I guess.
That's right. No, I got this. I got you guys.
Okay.
I think we're now with Grant winning the penalty shootout.
I think we're 2-0.
I think we
I
are.
think it's been a minute. I gotta say,
Yeah, I think we're
you
2-0.
realize if you lose, you get disintegrated.
No.
Or better, or
No,
no.
that's not what
Wait, we're
happened.
changing
No,
the
no, no,
rules
no,
all of
no,
a
no,
Hey,
sudden?
no,
whoa,
that's right.
whoa.
My bad, my
you
bad, my bad.
don't get to choose
My
that.
bad.
No.
Okay, but I do want to say, how would you be able to focus on checkers when you have an alien weird looking
We
alien
don't know.
staring at you?
I
He just
don't
goes,
know.
Okay,
he's
what
going,
if-
me more me.
No, I'm thinking, like I said, a big fat
Check.
rock,
Okay, what if-
alien, and it's
What if
not intimidating
will
at
it
all.
not throw you off? What if they take the form of Grant, but his eyes are all the way like out. He looks like a hammerhead shark.
Dude, I'm focused on the checkerboard.
Hammerhead Shark Grant is something I'm not.
I'm focused on the game, man. I am
AI,
all in.
Get on it.
He's locked
to
in.
save the world.
Yeah, I believe in you.
Okay.
You can do this. Okay. Good job.
All right, so we're sending
Thanks,
Dad.
you guys. Yep.
All right.
Okay, next.
The next sporting event we have is ping pong.
Oh gosh.
Ping pong?
Yeah,
Me.
I actually think Luke.
What?
You
No.
used to- no, wait, it'd be Dad.
Yeah.
I think it's Dad. I was gonna say
Sorry,
Luke used to
but,
beat me
like-
all the time, but Dad actually whooped
Dad's
us.
trauma from losing to his father would instill him with the rage
Yes.
needed to beat the alien. Because I hope the alien would take the form of his dad to maybe try to psych him out.
Oh, poor
But
Pop-Ups.
I think that
Yeah.
Poppy Jr. would use that as fuel to
Yes,
destroy him. And then
totally.
in the end, even if we do lose, that alien's getting a ping pong paddle in the face. So that's
Yeah.
already one alien down that we have to worry
yeah.
about.
I'm
getting
winning
hit
that
anyway.
game
Regardless.
So I'm
only one of you-
either gonna win the game or I'm gonna defeat.
No,
like,
you either
yeah,
lost the
the
game or
alien.
they lost a comrade.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
like one
Yes,
of the two
yes.
is happening.
I
All right,
agree.
sweet.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Dad's been selected for 2 events.
I wish we
Wow,
could have
2
selected
events.
Sub and Pop-Ops because he would.
Demolish.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, he used to win.
Easy.
Didn't he used to win ping
The
pong
man,
yeah, yeah.
tournaments?
the
Yeah,
man,
totally.
the man
Traveled,
is
right?
beating cancer. The man can beat
Yes.
an alien in
yes.
a ping pong fight.
Shout out to Pop Ops. We love
Yeah.
you.
Didn't he used
Love
to
you,
travel
Pop-Ups.
to different and like actually
Well,
win ping, or was it just wherever he was at? Just when,
Yeah, he was at different retreats and stuff. They'd have these big ping pong tournaments, and he would win.
That's awesome.
He's-
Shout out to Pop-Ops.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Great dude. Love that guy.
Taught me all I know.
Sweet.
All right, next.
All right.
What's the next event?
The fourth event.
Yes.
Scared. He's laughing too hard.
Come on. Come on. What?
Olympic high diving.
Oh gosh.
I'm going Luke.
Part of me thinks Dad just going to be hilarious.
I'm going Luke.
We're gonna
gonna
lose,
lose.
but
Yes.
it's gonna be funny when I
Yes.
do it.
Wait, is the
Totally.
loser if we lose the games? Is the loser the one that gets sacrificed? In which case, I think Luke
No,
is our
just
best
they
bet.
invade humanity. That's just what happens.
Save
I'm
humanity.
going
lose.
Luke. 100% on that.
I was thinking of a sport. I was like, what's like a fun, like random sport? And Olympic high diving came to mind. I was like, that's
Luke
freaking
would belly
hilarious.
flop. You go. Just immediate
I wouldn't survive the actual
He would
Olympic
just
high diving
slowly
part.
sink down into the water as he hits. Just bubbles coming up.
I would literally turn into a pancake. Call me Flat Stanley, because that's
Oh,
what I'm gonna
man.
be looking like when I get
yeah,
out of the
dude,
pool.
we're losing that one no matter which of
Yeah,
the three of us
okay.
is chosen.
well, hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
So I could never do it because I always hated
You don't have the
doing like,
guts to do it.
I don't.
Oh,
But
man.
if I could
I have the
summon
literal
courage
gut to do it.
If I could summon the courage, weirdly enough, when I dive off the pool, just like from the edge of the pool, I can have
Dude.
somewhat decent form diving, like just from the edge of the pool. But the minute I get on a diving board, I'm screwed. So
Dude.
if I could somehow force myself
all
to
I
do
see
that.
is Luke doing like cannonballs off the high dive.
Beautiful high
Like,
dive, and
woo!
he
Yeah.
does the can opener into the water.
Dude, I
He's
would
like
make
the
those
pencil.
aliens lose. I would show things that those
You're
aliens
supposed
would
to go
lose
this
their
way,
mind.
not that way.
My biggest fear is I'd probably jump up, try to dive, and hit my head on the board coming
Yeah,
down.
probably so. Okay, so we're choosing Luke.
Or I'd slip. Like
But we're
trying to run off
losing-
into
Weirdly enough, you slipping off might be better than
Yeah.
you trying.
Honestly.
At
It's
true.
that point.
Yeah.
Very
you might
fair.
You
accidentally
not trying
get
might
points.
actually give us a chance
Again,
to win that
if
one.
these aliens are like, similar, we listened to the podcast, we'll give it a shot. You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
You really never know what could happen.
Well, no, we know what's going to happen.
Honestly, respect to the aliens for choosing such a niche thing to
Yeah.
challenge us to.
They're like,
Yeah.
we've never once
Luke,
brought
thanks
this
for doing
up.
that
They got
for us.
game. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go out there, give it my all, 110%. I really think that my biggest thing to focus on will be just going up there and
Jumping?
No, I think probably
Just
trying
climbing the ladder to the high dive.
He's out of breath when he gets to the top.
It's like, guys, give me a minute.
Sorry, guys, I still haven't done my marathon training
give me a
yet.
minute.
I haven't
Aliens
done my
have
half marathon
nothing
training
to
yet. I gotta
fear.
get there.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the
okay.
remaining two of us for the next two events,
No,
like,
no,
what should
you're
we
so
do?
wrong because you know what? That's not.
Okay,
I
all
don't.
right.
I don't
Hey, we
die
gotta-
if
listen,
we lose. This
we
is
gotta
not
get-
the fate
saying
of the
you
world.
die
gotta-
after doing it.
Luke, thank you.
Luke would
Yeah.
die from doing it. That's why there's
you
only
know
two
what?
of us left.
And some have said that this is my heroic moment. This is my heroic sacrifice.
Yeah.
They're already thinking about giving me the Medal of Honor just for talking
Whatever.
about it.
Whatever. What's the next?
gosh.
What's the
I
next?
don't know. Just the president called and he was like, "Hey, We hear what you're doing. We love what you're doing. Just for respect for what you're going to do for your country. Here you go. And he just gave it to me. And
Whatever.
I was like, well, thank
All
you.
right, move on to the next event.
World.
All right.
What's the next event?
The next event.
Number 5.
They are challenging. The 5th event is a basketball 3-point contest.
That's Luke.
Luke.
That's Luke. Easy. There's no.
Luke,
do we,
yeah.
Move on. Next.
Well, can we
Yeah.
just talk about it a little bit?
You're
No,
good.
you're gonna-
move
you're-
on.
you're
Why-
gonna-
what is there
we
to
choose
debate?
you.
Okay, but we
What
had
is there to
Grant.
debate?
Grant had his thing. We talked about his cool soccer thing for a little bit. And you're not
Okay,
even-
you're good at it.
That's
Let's
because
move on.
that's because I second guess my ability to actually penalty shootout. We're
I
not
don't,
talking
I
about
don't think
soccer.
I can mentally do it. I don't know, guys. Maybe we need to do something
Luke.
else. Okay, it would be me for
You
sure.
are significantly
Yeah,
better.
it would
at
be
shooting
Luke.
threes.
Although-
you are better
three-pointer.
at shooting threes than I am at taking penalties.
If my
that's saying
second
something.
person I would choose would be Emily. Emily's really good at shooting threes.
Shout out, Emily.
Yeah, Emily.
Yeah, she's very good at that. She challenges.
That's the second episode where we've given Emily a shout
She
out.
is my
She's
wife, so
athletic.
hopefully I would bring her up a.
Emily
a
is
little bit.
athletic.
Yeah.
She
Okay,
is.
so
she beats me in around the world
Sister-in-law
sometimes.
is
and horse.
awesome.
mhm.
So yeah, I'm the 3-point shootout. It's not even close. Those aliens literally are going to get smoked.
Nice. Good job, Luke.
So yeah, I'm redeeming
Thank you.
myself after
Thank
the
you.
Olympic high dive.
All right,
I come
all
out
right.
there. I know. I mean, I destroy the aliens. They're like, oh, okay, this guy is not a worthless piece of trash. He can actually provide something helpful to the situation.
Well, we'll see.
All right, so I think right now I think we have 3 at least.
Okay.
How many more do we have?
No, we
We have one more event.
have one more
Oh,
event. One
okay.
more event.
I think we're guaranteed have your shot soccer penalty,
Yeah.
probably your
Checkers.
or ping. I would say you're probably better at ping pong than you are at checkers.
Okay.
But
Your
maybe
ping
checkers.
pong.
We could 3 with
And then for
upside
sure-
of a 4. Yeah.
For sure,
3-point.
3-point contest.
Yeah. Let's not talk about the high dive.
Yeah, but that's
Okay.
just an instant L.
Yeah.
We just know that's
Yeah.
we
We can't win them all, boys.
Do you know what's going to be
Barely
the,
play them all.
the sound of my heart when I hit the pool is gonna
Exploding.
Yep. Yep.
No, it's
Yeah,
gonna go.
sorry, man. I'm gonna hit the before I jump. You're just gonna hear
Luke's gonna fart for that extra propulsion.
Eagle powers, come to me,
Please.
Nacho Libre reference.
Yeah.
All
Go
right.
watch that Jack Black movie.
All
Yeah,
right.
maybe.
The 6th event.
sorry,
and
everybody.
final event.
Okay.
Oh, flag gas. Be quiet for a minute. Nice. Okay. All right. So are you?
What do you want to talk about?
I
How was your
don't care.
day?
If you had to pick an event,
how was your day?
my day was good.
Yeah.
It was good. How about if you were to pick an event?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Let's just
You
talk
don't
about
want
how
to
our days
Okay.
were.
How about you? What was your day like? How was work?
That was good. It was work.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Cool. What else is going on in your life?
We're going to the beach this weekend.
Yeah, you, on a mission trip kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Volunteer a little bit. It'll be a good time.
sweet. The BCM at local university.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hoping we get some warm days, get sun.
That'll be good.
So
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're back in, Luke.
that wasn't
All
a
right,
minute.
it doesn't matter.
No way that was a
I'm
minute.
taking over the segment.
Sorry, I just thought that'd be
Um,
fun. Just to
That's good.
yeah.
It
What's the-
wasn't.
what's the next one? What's the
so
next one?
the last.
I get 2. Remember?
Oh, you're doing it again?
Yeah, I'm doing it again. I'm just screwing with them at this point.
All right. Okay. So Luke has.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Yes.
So the new you know how I told
Grant
you I
just threw
love,
another
you know
flag
how-
on Luke, so that's
you know,
what we're doing.
yeah, I flew. Wow.
Yeah.
I threw 2 flags on Luke just for
Okay.
the heck of it. Something fun I am doing tonight is me and Justin are the new Daredevil show for Marvel came out.
Okay.
And Justin and I are watching the 2-episode premiere after this.
That's cool.
So it'll be a good time.
That's good. What at your
Yep,
house?
just at our house.
That's cool.
It'll be fun.
That's good.
He's coming with us too. I'm excited for him to come.
That'll be fun.
He's
It'll
never
be a
ridden with us
fun
for 10
trip. I'm
hours.
looking forward to it.
I'm asleep.
That week is always always a good week.
Yeah.
I feel like God does some pretty amazing stuff during the BCM
I would agree.
break, so I'm excited to go.
I'd agree.
Cool.
You know,
All right.
Bengals off-season stuff. We got to talk about that at some point.
I
know.
could be mad at what just happened, but if anything,
Dad, throw a flag.
No.
you
so funny. That'd be so good.
No, go.
you doing this and you guys just talking really made me realize
Yeah.
how important I am to this podcast and making things
Whatever.
interesting.
You can flag him for that. That's
no.
Anyways,
whatever. We need to keep moving.
The
Good thing you'll be
last
gone.
This is
soon.
getting go.
flag on Grant because I can.
Okay.
The last event that the
Yes.
aliens have challenged the Sports F.A.M.
Okay,
podcast to is a hockey penalty shootout.
Ooh. Hockey
Grant, you
penalty.
can be back in. I just wanted to do that.
Hockey
Get it in.
penalty shootout.
Weirdly, Eileen, me.
Who was the best balance out of the 3 of us?
Grant.
Balance. Oh my goodness, my
I feel
knees.
like that
my knee. Oh,
probably
like
pays-
do we have to be on skates or can I just?
yeah, it's a full-on ice hockey penalty
then
shootout.
No. I thought you were just saying like if we're standing
okay.
on the ice with whatever we want and then just shooting, then me.
Full
But
on.
no. What?
Full-on
Full-on hockey
ice,
gear and
ice,
everything?
yeah.
No, I'm done. I can't even ice skate. Sorry guys. If
Either
people
you or
ask me to
me.
go ice skating, I can't do it. It hurts.
I'm going to say you.
I would say probably me.
Probably go you, but I think
I
it's,
probably watched the most hockey.
Maybe.
Speaking of,
Well, okay, who's the best skater out of the two of you?
Probably me.
when was the last time you ice skated?
When I was with you and I was way better than you.
I think
When I was
Dad.
what, 5?
Yep.
I think Dad, because I think Dad would just like with a shootout. Is there the goalie, or do you just have to put it in the net?
However, a hockey penalty shootout works. I'm pretty sure there's a goalie.
There's a goalie. I'm going to go
I
Luke
think
because I
Luke,
think
yeah.
Luke's going to do some of his high dive antics
They're not going to know what
to
to
distract
expect.
the goalie, and then that will distract the goalie, and then that will help
Yeah.
Luke win.
I will probably say me as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it's that far off though. I
No.
think it's not.
Yeah.
I think you're the better
think we all
skater,
could
but
do
I think you're the
you
better
know?
skater. But
Yeah.
I think when it comes down to the actual shot, I feel like Luke would be able to do something
Yeah.
weird with it and make it work.
I agree.
All right, well,
I think you're
that's
right,
it.
Grant. Hey, good job. I like that.
was
That was
good.
good. That was a good
segment.
secret segment.
Do you remember? You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember the FIFA World Cup commercial when they'd be like, "Oh, aliens have invaded, and we have to get the best soccer players to assemble a team"?
I
I
to
don't
face it?"
know. It
It's
wasn't
like an
that.
old World Cup. Like it was like a Nike thing.
It
or
was.
something.
They built robots that copied all the best players, and then they could put all the best players.
No.
together to defeat them.
Yes, they did do that, but then in an earlier World Cup, I think they did aliens invaded, and then they had to beat them.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think
Cool.
there's two.
That was good. I liked
like
it.
that one too.
That
That,
was
was cool.
That was fun.
Yeah, I want to do something like who'd be the best at this, but I was like,
Oh,
it's
wait,
more interesting to have a fun
wait.
premise.
That literally stole a segment I was gonna do. I'm not kidding. I have a okay. Future teaser. At some point,
Sucks
we're gonna
to
do the
suck,
segment.
brother.
At some point, we're gonna do the segment called Versus. It's similar to that, but it's
Okay.
gonna be like I'm gonna come up with a sporting position, and we have to pick which of us like
That's different.
would win.
It's
Okay. I
different.
like it. I
It's
like
a little
it.
different.
different.
It's similar
Okay.
to that, but
Similar
I
premise,
gotta
but
come up with a
different.
few different like
I like
positions.
it.
So
Okay, I'm excited
Maybe
for
the
that.
next
That's
time.
good.
Maybe
I
next time I host,
Okay.
we'll do that.
I
So,
know what? I'm confident that I think we beat the aliens at least at 4 of those.
I think we would.
So
I
we
think
win
we're
it
saying,
all?
like,
We save
I
it.
think
We
we
save
saved
the world.
I think.
Guys, we just saved the world.
I think
Yeah.
everyone in the world actually subscribes and watches our podcast.
Yeah.
Just like you should do. Subscribe and watch
Absolutely.
our podcast.
Thank you, guys.
Watch
Thank
the
you.
show on
Guys.
YouTube, comment, share. On Instagram, share and save the clips to comment. That's huge. Always boosts.
Join our March Madness League.
The
boost our stuff.
more subscribers we have, the more motivation we'll have to
Yeah.
actually win. Because we
And-
don't have a lot of subscribers. We're
And
like,
comments.
who cares? Who
we
cares?
love the comments.
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
hearing
We're
you guys'
feeling like
feedback.
we need some comments.
Let
right
us
now.
know if you have, because I think at some point we want to do a Q&A session. So send in comments to either our Instagram or comment on the video that you would like for us to talk about just in general, because then we can maybe compile those and have a Q&A
I
segment.
like it.
I think what we should do is we should have a top comment of the week, and then we should.
Oh,
We could do that. If you want to
Okay.
take a look at that,
So
we
if
could do that
you
too.
want to be entered in to be the top comment of the week, where we say what the top comment was, and we say that was really funny or that was really
Yes.
And we
cool
give
or
you a
interesting,
shout out on the show.
We'll give you a shout out on the podcast.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be big. And speaking of big podcast opportunities, how would you like to be a guest on the Sports F.A.M show?
No.
Really? Grant,
that be
tell
awesome?
us more.
Man,
It's
see,
not as cool as they make it seem.
it's pretty cool.
not that
so,
fun.
but the way you got to do
They'll throw
that
flags at you.
is if you love Sports Fam and you love March Madness.
We
have
do,
I got
Grant.
the opportunity for you. As mentioned in the last couple episodes, we have
Oh, we do, Grant.
we have a March Madness ESPN Tournament
My you
Challenge
impression.
group has been started.
Yeah.
If you want to join, subscribe to the show on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
Follow our Instagram.
Yes.
And
Yep.
then DM us on Instagram.
Okay.
You can,
Whoa.
and it's okay if you have to DM
that
one of
means
us. individ-
direct message.
direct message.
do message us.
Yes. Or and if you want to leave a comment somewhere, that's fine too. But it's best to DM us, and we'll see it better. You can either DM us individually, or
Definitely
you can DM,
message.
or you can message message the
Donut
podcast page.
man.
I'm going to kill him.
Go.
Dog meat.
just
Anyway,
just do whatever.
Dog meet us on Instagram.
as I was saying, if you do these things, if you subscribe to the channel and follow the podcast
Donkey
Instagram,
man.
oh my gosh, guys, I'm going to kill both you guys, and I will have to
you
run
can't
this myself.
say that on YouTube.
We're not monetized. It doesn't matter.
That's true.
So, okay, as I said, if you subscribe to the show on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and then DM us or get in touch with us somehow,
Delicious meals.
we will send you the link. We will send you the link to the bracket challenge. Oh my gosh. We will send you the link to the bracket challenge, and the winner gets to be on the Sports F.A.M podcast.
Yeah.
I can't believe it took me 5 minutes to get there because you guys were being ding dongs. I can't believe.
Ding dong momo.
Ding dong men.
Dee-doo.
All right, here we go. What's next?
Okay, so this is the last thing, which
There's more?
I know.
All right, thank you guys for coming to the Sports F.A.M. podcast, because barely no one wants to hear what I have to say.
No, go ahead.
I thought I was going to close with that. Whoops. Okay, never mind. We got
it's
more.
good to have it in the middle so people continue to listen. Don't just close out.
Oh, that's
There's
good.
more,
That's good.
guys.
Okay,
Check this
you
out.
want more.
Do you want more content? Listen to Luke for once.
They won't. No one's going to listen. They're going to just close out and no one's going to watch me because no one wants to listen to me.
Hey,
Won't be the first.
be confident in who you are, even if nobody else
It
is.
just doesn't matter anymore. It's just whatever.
It's okay.
It's fine. We can just close it. It's just close it.
It's that Olympic high dive. I get it.
It just really brings a guy down. You
It's
know,
okay.
like no one
Yeah,
likes
literally.
his flaps just going everywhere on national TV.
Yeah.
It just
Go.
is not-
What's the next
it's
thing?
not
Yeah,
good for
jumping
the
off a
brain.
diving
Bro,
board
come
can
on.
really bring a guy down.
Okay, so just the last thing I'll talk about is hockey because Emily and I went.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right, fine. We have
Luke
to listen
wants-
to it. It's fine.
Thank you guys for tuning into the Sports F.A.M.
Luke wants to talk about hockey
Well,
because
I was gonna talk about it earlier. I was going to talk
Grant
about it
and I
earlier.
can't talk about it because we didn't get to go to it.
Yeah.
No, I was going to bring up some things about the game because Emily and I, we went to a Cyclones game on Sunday. It was really awesome. There was a fight within the first 3 minutes, and the dude our guy, beat the crap out of the other dude. And it's just like totally legal.
What was the crowd doing?
They were cheering him on.
Were they going crazy?
Dude, they were
Yeah.
like little kids.
Wow.
Like just pounding on the glass, like, yeah, get him, punch him harder. And I'm like, that can't be good for like
Wow.
their development, but
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should all go to a Cyclones game together.
It's something we've talked about. Yes, I
it
think
was
that would be
really,
fun.
really fun. It's really hype because I mean, even when there's not goals, I mean, people are just getting destroyed out on the ice. I just think too the way they're maneuvering around the ice is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Just to see what they're able to do is really awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
So anyways, yeah, Emily's really like she wants to get like hockey jerseys.
Dude,
Like,
I would be all,
she's all in on hockey.
You mean those
Okay.
blankets they wear because they've got so much stuff on?
I know. What?
What?
Those jerseys are huge,
They are.
dude.
I mean, yeah, but anyways,
Like you want to get Cyclones jerseys? Like
she wants to get Cyclones jerseys. I looked up USA hockey jerseys, and I just really couldn't find any. I mean, I'm sure they're out there, but I just couldn't find any. So if you know a website to get USA hockey jerseys from, let us know.
Maybe
Put it in the
Fanatics.
put in the
comments.
comments, and we might mention your comment on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you guys.
Okay.
If you think that you could like really get into hockey.
100%.
Yeah.
Totally.
Maybe. Yeah, I can maybe see
Yeah,
it.
without a doubt.
Do you
I'm already
think-
in.
Do you think you could get more into hockey than you could Formula One?
Yeah, I think I could.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we have a local hockey
That's true.
team, and in the state of Ohio, Columbus Blue Jackets, we have an NHL team. So I think I could totally get into it. And I grew up outside of Columbus, an hour outside of Columbus, and so I could totally get in. In fact, I have watched a Columbus Blue just the other day. I watched a Columbus Blue Jackets hockey game.
Oh, yeah.
So
Did they win?
they did.
Oh, who'd they beat?
Detroit Red Wings. I think it was 5-2.
Wow.
Sick.
Yeah, at Detroit. I could see myself definitely getting into hockey.
Cool.
Yeah, I think the atmosphere, especially at a Cyclones game, is really awesome. People get really into it.
And it's not that expensive.
No,
Tickets
I think
aren't horrible.
Emily and I spent like $28 per ticket.
Really?
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
not
bad at
horrible.
It's not
all.
horrible.
You'll probably spend a little cheaper at a Reds game, but like at a Reds game, it'll be like up in the no man's land.
I'd say you have
whereas-
pretty decent
Oh,
seats,
dude, our
right?
seats were great. Our seats were
Really?
awesome. Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay.
So yeah, it was really great. I just really think the Cyclones do a great job of making it entertaining. So I highly recommend it to both
And they
of you
do
guys.
like at the minor league games, they do like a lot of promos. Almost
Oh,
every
yeah.
game is like a different. Every
Yeah.
home game is some kind of promo.
They had the one that we went to was if you like it was chuck a puck, so you can go buy a puck for like $2 or whatever, and then try to chuck it onto the ice. If whoever gets it closest to like the very middle circle wins a jersey.
Oh,
Did you do it?
No.
What for $2?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
That's
I
okay.
want next time.
I think I
maybe.
would have done it. I
Next
would've tried.
time, if they do that, I probably
Maybe.
will.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And I know for you guys, Bluey is going to be
Wow,
at,
Bluey.
what?
Yeah, I think he's going to be like March 23rd or something. So mark your calendars.
I'm just kidding. I know there are some people
He's
who
making an
absolutely adore
appearance.
Bluey.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
Well,
just wanna-
that's exciting.
Don't
that you
sleep
got
on
to
Bluey,
go.
though.
Yeah,
Those are kind of
I feel really sad because
Why?
I wanted to mention it earlier, but I just kind of forgot, and then I was like,
That's okay.
we talked about ice
Oh, the hockey thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
So I have one short little final thing because I don't like to
Okay.
end it on. I don't want to end it on that.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to pose a question to you guys that we all have to answer.
Okay.
Okay.
One final question.
Yes.
One final
Whoa.
segment. How are we ending this episode,
Yeah,
Luke?
Luke.
No
What
pressure.
is a unique thing that you think all three of us can do better than, like, I would say, like 90% of other people? Like it could be
Oh.
literally anything.
You mean the three of us together?
Three of us together, you think you put another three group of people, we beat 90% of other people in.
Really?
Yeah. Like what? It could be literally, it could be
that's
washing the
tough.
dishes. It could be literally
No,
anything.
we can't. We know it's just me and Dad doing that.
All
so
right.
I mean, we
I don't want to
Yeah.
get into this.
Luke doesn't
but-
work. So I mean, we
Yeah.
got to figure this out. So I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
Tough.
That's a tough.
'Cause
That's a tough
I
question.
almost lean music, but like we know some super musical people that
Oh,
I
dude,
think
there's
are
no
better
way.
than what we do.
I think our best bet is to go for something really specific and really niche that not a lot of people.
Reverse Park.
No, I think I'm probably worse at that than 90% of people.
I don't know. What did something come to your mind?
No.
Financing.
Oh.
Okay, weirdly enough, because of
Budgeting.
how terrible people, like most people in the U.S. are at like
Not the
keeping
this
track
is
of
the
their
world.
just the world, at just like expenses.
How much money we make?
No,
I
no,
think we
no,
make
no,
more
no,
money
no,
than
no,
90%
no,
of
no,
the
no, no,
world.
Not how much money we make, how well we
handle it?
handle our money. Yeah, and
I
that's
feel
not
like
to
that's
say
decent,
that's not to say
actually.
like we're
Yeah, I
that's not
agree.
to say like we're perfect. I know there have been times I've had to go to mom and dad and be like, I'm in a pinch, like this happened and I didn't expect it. Like, could you guys like
That
borrow?
was years ago, by the way.
Yeah, suck it, broke people.
But like we've borrowed and like, but I always try and
borrowed.
pay you guys back. I always
Yeah.
pay you guys back, right?
Yeah.
And so I think
Loans.
we're pretty good at like even when we need to borrow from each other, like we pay each other back. We take care of our money. Like we try
is
and
up
put
with
money
you?
in savings. He's got an aneurysm again.
I know. I
I don't know what's going on.
You know what I genuinely think
What?
we are better at 90% of the population in getting or doing
What?
is getting free cars.
Yeah,
Actually true.
that's true.
How many
my
free
God.
cars have we gotten over the course of?
But see, we can't give ourselves credit
Yeah,
for
that-
that.
we
Like,
don't- that-
but
we're not good at
so
that.
We're
being
good at
given things.
receiving free cars. Not everybody receives
That's
cars.
totally the Lord,
so,
man.
We're
Not
so
a-
good at being
that-
given stuff.
That
That's
not.
awful.
That's not.
But I'm
us.
saying, but it's
That sounds like a
true.
horrible
I would-
flex.
Listen,
Kind of,
I'm
like-
not saying the cars are not. It's not like we're getting like new. Well, at least for me, I never got any brand new cars. People just gave us for free. It was always like some beaters. They were helpful beaters. There are cars still.
We got
but
some
they
cars
were
that weren't
beaters.
beaters. We've had some cars given to us that were not beaters.
All I can
though.
say is, here's what I'll say. The car that I got for free was a beater. I've had two cars in the span of Grant only just now getting his first car.
it's because the car
Doesn't
I
have
was
a car
driving
payment.
around that we were given for the longest time, that Nissan Sentra, was is a great
Yeah,
car.
still use that.
Dad uses
So,
that now.
I would say that's what I would go lean towards, because I think that compared to the rest of the population, we have to be up there as far as how
Sure.
many free cars we've received.
Just in
Yeah,
even
it-
just
as far
since
as-
mom and
blessed
dad
with.
have
Yeah,
been
I would say
alive.
if you're gonna phrase it like that,
we've been blessed with.
yeah, then as far as how we have amazingly, by God's amazing grace, He has helped
Yeah.
us financially by just giving us vehicles in the moment that we've needed them. And and if you've been one of those people that have done that, and we are
want to
so
thank
grateful.
You guys for that, seriously, because I don't want to say any
Give
of
us
that.
Another
like,
one.
I don't want to say any of the stuff like that we've been given, being like, "Oh, look at us, we've been given all this." No. I don't want to. That doesn't make us. I don't want us to seem
it's a weird
all
statistic.
Like
honestly,
we're,
that's
like,
why I'm bringing it
we're
up.
We're just that blessed by like. It's just strictly just by the grace of God. There have been so many moments
to maybe us that we have been on the receiving end of, not because we've done anything to deserve it or earn it.
We did not deserve any
that's
of that.
a way that people have said, hey, here's a need that you guys have. It's a way that we can help you, and this is what we're going to do.
Even with we bring that up, and then I brought up the finance thing, and I'm just like, man, we're decent at, like, I like to think we've grown so much in how we handle money, but like there have been so many times where people have just taken care of us when we had nothing. And we were in so much like difficult financial situation, especially like when we got back from Ireland, right?
Yep.
There was just
could do a whole episode probably.
We
on that.
probably really could do a whole episode.
That'd
on
be
that,
interesting.
The real F.A.M. podcast.
That's right. Yeah.
Talking about
Okay, so
God and our friends and our relationships, and family, like they have taken care of us so many times in moments where we could not do anything, and so I just want to give.
100%.
I just want to make sure we're approaching that from the utmost humility, because we did not deserve any of that whatsoever. It's amazing that we.
But if we were going to say what's something about us,
I would say
that's
the most
unique in comparison to others. That would be
how
up there.
How blessed we are with the cars. Okay,
we all have weird faces.
Yeah,
dude, I think my teeth are probably bottom 90% of people. So yeah. Anyways,
that's good. All right.
Okay, that's good. Thank you,
guys. Is this it, guys?
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Thank you all for joining
Thank you, everyone.
on this very special, awesome 5th episode of the Sports F.A.M. podcast. Thank you all so much for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us everyone on Instagram, YouTube, wherever there's podcasts. We hope you guys have a fantastic day. See you next time.
Adios, sports family.